The community dimension of waste facilities is paramount. After all, they are there to serve the needs of the public. The public should be consulted at numerous stages in the delivery of the new waste facilities, and this is an essential part of the planning process. It is important to provide information and gain acceptance for the proposed approach to waste management. Public consultation and engagement is critical for any waste facility. Waste management facilities are often there to serve the local community and are paid for through taxes.
I feel that as part of the consultation process, if early on in the proceedings the applicants or their agents had actively sought and encouraged the setting up of some form of liaison group, a lot of the initial fears could have been allayed. I mean, you get a lot of anecdotal rumour and it's fear-mongering really. A lot of it is groundless. But in order to be able to ask the right questions and get specific answers, in the earliest part of the consultation, I think that would have been a very useful thing. Looking back, that should have been done. And in future contentious applications in other areas, I would very much suggest that that is done. We had to form this action group ourselves, who by the time we were born, we were already loggerheads with the whole affair. That shouldn't have been allowed to get to that stage.
People can get engaged in this process in various ways. For instance, many of the steps in the development plan preparation process require consultation with and input from the local community. Also, when a site is proposed for development, it is important to engage with the local community as early as possible.
The engagement of the community in a proposal before a planning application is submitted is really quite key, and that is really incumbent on the developer to ensure it engages with the local community to set out what it's trying to achieve, and also give the opportunity for them to influence how their proposal is finally put in place.
Community engagement and education is not only important in relation to a specific facility, but it's essential to all waste management issues. Education should start as early as possible if we are to achieve a significant shift in attitude to the waste that we produce. Ideally, this should start in schools, but should continue with the whole community. Simple messages can effectively put across the key issues and encourage people to play their part in effective waste management. You only have to pick up a local newspaper to see the way in which waste facilities can hit the headlines. Effective communication is fundamental to any waste management proposals. With it, you can work with the local community to deliver something that works for everyone. Without this approach, everything will be a battle, and a facility may end up being compromised or may not be provided at all.
I think it's absolutely essential that you do work closely. You have public meetings to tell people what you're doing. You need to get the press on your side. Work with the press. Give them the correct information about what is actually going to happen, so that there isn't this sort of immediate scaremongering which if you get bad press, that can be absolutely devastating. Good consultation is absolutely essential. That means that you can hold public meetings well in advance of what you're doing to talk to the people and to satisfy them about their concerns, which they will naturally have if you're building something new in their backyard.
When a new facility is proposed, it is important that the local authority and/or the developer engages with the community and provides accurate and clear information about the proposals as quickly as possible. This will help to avoid a negative attitude building up within the community based around the proposed site. There can be strong local opposition to a waste management facility, and even good communications may not prevent this. However, it is important that any opposition to the proposals is not fueled by a lack of information or false perception.
Local authorities making decisions about placing new waste management facilities are going to be facing a big challenge. No one wants to live next to any sort of waste treatment plant, and the system will test out the limits of the consultative processes of the local authority and those promoting these schemes.
As well as pre-planning application consultation, the planning process allows opportunity for consultation and representation after the application is submitted. Planning applications are open for all to view and comment upon. New facilities can even provide opportunities for education. At one end of the spectrum, this may put across key messages to the local community, perhaps relating to how much is being recycled. At the opposite end, a large facility may incorporate a purpose-built education centre so that messages about sustainable waste management can be communicated effectively.
The iRecycle Centre is based within a working waste transfer station and recycling centre, so it actually gives visitors a chance to see what happens to their waste and recycling firsthand. We find that we get local schools coming in to see us, and it really supports the learning that they've been doing in school. So most of our schools have been doing, as part of their curriculum work, looking at waste, where does it go to, and recycling, and this is a really good chance for actually them to get some practical hands-on learning. Visitors coming into the iRecycle Centre learn not only about recycling but also about reducing and reusing their rubbish. It's very action focused, so they leave the centre knowing what they can do at home or at school to reduce waste.